Hallelujah, my gorgeous Gemini. Bro, at the end of the week, I need to mention the end of the week here because I got really excited. The end. I shouldn't be talking to you about the end of the week, but the end of the week is the last card that I pulled, and I know that this is going to be a mind-blowing mama. What is actually going to happen? Like a huge, massive, enormous, absolutely one of the biggest burdens of your life. It's slowly but surely coming to an end, and this in itself is gonna really happen in such a surprising way, but it's also going to happen at the time when you do have you become aware of a rather surprising achievement. So double whammy here, double spiritual whammy, and it's all gonna be leading towards a big mama moment. My gorgeous Gemini, listen to me very carefully when I say that a very kind of a difficult burden is coming to an end. This is something very, very personal. This is something that was scaring you. This is something that was making you feel so uncomfortable, and this is something that was worrying for way too long. It was worrying you because you were worried about your life. You were worried about your future. You were worried about everything because of this, because your life was kind of put on hold for way too long with something when it comes to this, in your life. So now, my gorgeous Gemini, I'm going to start this reading. How I should start this reading? Maybe I should start this reading from the beginning rather than the end, but hey, there you go. Sometimes, it's things are a little bit, different. So now basically, my gorgeous Gemini, it's like at the beginning of this week, and this is the weekend between the 5th and the 11th of December 2022. At the beginning of this week, you are gonna find yourself having such an important contemplation, and you will know that this contemplation, and why you're gonna find this so important, it's only because you're gonna understand that you're gonna have to discuss something, you're gonna have to sort something out, you're gonna need to have an important conversation, you're gonna need to sort things out for once and all. You know what I mean? Because it's to do with certain things that have been on your mind for way too long, and it's involving a couple of people, maybe one person or a couple of people, but I can see that there is going to be a very, very important conversation that you're going to need to have, especially when it comes to these people in your life. And you will know that now, because this was on your mind for way too long, and it's to do with the people in your life. It's to do with lots of disagreements. It's to do with people not getting on. It's to do with people falling out, and it's kind of not getting back to where people were before. But I'm talking about very important people in your life, people who are around you, perhaps family members, you know what I mean? Really important people in your life. You're gonna need to have an important conversation, but you're gonna find this so oh God, I need to have this convo. Oh God, no. Do you know what I mean? It's almost as it's this almost as if you will not want to have it, but you will understand that you're not going to be able to move on with your life until you actually have this important conversation, but it's going to be putting you off, and that's why you're going to have contemplation, oh God, I have to talk to these people, I have to talk to these people, I have to talk to these people. And then what is going to happen, it's that someone who is a very spiritual in your life, ridiculously powerful figure, ridiculously powerful person, somebody else in your life who's very spiritual, like a psychic, extremely intuitive person, through that person you will understand and you will realize something. That person is not going to tell you directly what to do, but through that person you are somehow going to realize that the time is right now. This is important. So you are really gonna get this final push through somebody who's like a psychic or a very, very intuitive person in your life, that you're gonna maybe watch that person somewhere, listen to that person, maybe you're gonna read up about that person. However, through all this psychic kind of a vibration and this dimension, you're going to find yourself on exactly the same path through the actual power of the synchronicity. And number 77 and 777 and number 333 are also going to be playing an important role at around the time when you become aware of that kind of confirmation through that psychic person in your life that this is something you need to do. And it's not only about the confirmation, but that psychic person in your life is going to tell you certain bits and pieces about your future. You're going to understand something about your future, and that is also going to give you such amazing, fresh and brand new energy in order to understand this aspect of your life from slightly different angle, which is going to motivate you even more to have this important conversation. So that was the last thing that you needed to do, my gorgeous Geminini. Even my gorgeous Plantini is agreeing here. It's important. And the little kitty is like saying, hello, love. You know what I mean? No, this is important. And you know what? This is so good, because at the end of the day, this is like this important conversation that was scaring you and making you feel so uncomfortable. This is actually going to work out to be absolutely brilliant, because now you are really going to be surprised the way this conversation is going to come out to be, and almost like as if you were expecting the worst, and then my God, it's going to be something completely different. Huge, amazing resolution of an ongoing problem in your life. Conclusion. So these are the beginning stages now. Conclusion, really important. You're going to manage to reach the conclusion, and this is going to make you feel so happy. It's going to make you feel so excited. It's going to put a big smile on your face, and you're going to realize at that moment in time how much this was draining you, how much your energy was actually drained, because now so much blockage is going to be lifted. You did not realize yourself how much was this actually affecting you, which is telling me that this is obviously to do with the people in your life that you're connected to on an emotional level, one way or another. So this is why this is going to lead towards you having this important conclusion in your life, my gorgeous Geminini. But at the same time, you're going to kind of start be inspired by yourself and by your life at that moment in time, and this is brilliant. And almost like a couple of days after that moment in time, you are going to be facing such an important opportunity, a wonderful, beautiful, amazing opportunity. This opportunity, it's going to be mind-blowing. Like, you need to trust me, my gorgeous Geminini, because this opportunity would not happen if you didn't sort out this problem. So this is like, on one hand, a karmic reward for you, but on another hand, it's also going to provide you with like a very kind of important reason, a very mind-blowing reason to make a sacrifice and make a readjustment in your life. And you will know exactly what this readjustment is. You just have to be honest with yourself, and you have to look at your life, look at things around you, what makes you feel extremely happy and what makes you feel unhappy. What was making you unhappy for so long? Why didn't you do anything about it? You have to be honest with yourself. And it's almost like as if you're going to have like a bit of a sense of an emergency here, which is always good, especially at a time when our invisible wings are growing. When we start floating towards the right direction, we become more and more powerful as long as we go with this absolutely mind-blowing spiritual flow indeed. By the time you get to the mid part of this week, my gorgeous Geminini, it's like, oh my God, it's a justice, the moment of justice. This is so brilliant. Oh my goodness. So this justice that you're going to have, you're either waiting for some kind of a legal case, or you're waiting for someone to make an important decision, and you've been waiting for a while, and this decision is involving you, of course, and you've been waiting for this for such a long time as well. So it's to do with some kind of a process of justice. And let me tell you, very good information, very good news you're going to have. And this is where you're going to stop worrying about that now as well. And this couldn't have happened at a better time, my gorgeous Geminini, indeed. So some kind of process of justice is coming, and it's going to put a massive smile on your face. And I repeat, this could be something like a legal, like a proper legal, like a court case, or it could be like you're just as important to you, someone trying to kind of decide something to you, and you're like in a limbo. Oh my god, what about now, do you know what I mean? So this is going to be brilliant. And even more so, it's going to make you, when you hear this outcome, this is going to be fantastic, because you made a certain decision at a time when lots of people would say, oh no, you're crazy, what you're doing, that's not right, no baby, no. And this is only going to also prove your point here as well, that at the time you made a ridiculously wise choice. So almost as if the certain people in your life didn't kind of trust you when it comes to this, they thought different, you know what I mean? So now you're going to be able to prove your point as well, that you made the right choice. And that in itself, it's really going to be so brilliant for you indeed. And also, my gorgeous Geminini, you're becoming aware of a bit of a devil here as well. And I'm sorry to say this, but yes, you are going to become aware of some kind of a devil here. And this is going to surprise you. The devil is going to the devilish person is going to show themselves, someone is going going to be ridiculously, like maybe not really nice to you at around the midweek. Someone is going to be like kind of like not necessarily horrible to you, but they will do something completely out of the character, and then you're going to realize something more about that person, and then you're going to kind of dig deeper, and then you're going to find out a little bit more about that person being completely dishonest, somebody really, really horrible. Like here, indeed, you're going to become aware of that person, and also that in itself, it's like really kind of going to trigger something within you, especially when it comes to like some kind of like urgency in order for you to move on. This is actually going to inspire you. This is actually going to work really brilliant for you. You're becoming aware of that devil, you know, because at the same time, this in itself, it's really going to like kind of, as I said, it's gonna like kind of raise your vibration, but it's also like kind of your spirit is going to start rising here, especially when it comes to you, like a really kind of wanting to remove yourself from the certain situation or from a certain group of people, but you are absolutely going to love it. And it's almost as if you becoming aware of this devil, you know, you're going to be happy about it, because it's just like kind of gonna confirm something to you, but it's also going to give you like a really amazing sense of timing, how long it's going to take, how long is something going to take after this moment in time, because this is really going to make you aware of the fact that you need to make a really, really big decision here. And the decision that you're going to need to make is you have to put yourself as a number one, and you need to think about your future, how you want your future to be, how you want your life to be. Do you want your life to be like this, or do you want your future to change? What elements of your future like you see now when we are talking, you know, like what is your dream, like how you want your life to be? Because I can see that there is something like this is all going to kind of push you towards your own dream, and it's going to make you aware of like what exactly do you need to do. Very interesting little step that you need to do towards your dreams, you know, make it towards you making your dreams real. So you see how perfectly this is actually going to work for you indeed. By the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Gemini, this is like basically you are really going to find yourself like being maybe unsatisfied a little bit because you felt too restricted for way too long. And this is really going to kind of put you in that particular mode, like how you've been restricted, self-restricted for way too long, and why you're not doing anything about it. This is rather important, because at the same time you are going to realize, you know, that you are the only one who can do something about it. It's not that you didn't realize this before, but it's even more like you are suddenly gonna kind of like, you will not know what to do exactly, like when it comes to these certain restrictions that you have in your life. But then suddenly you are gonna feel a very strong connection to your past. You're gonna start feeling extremely nostalgic, but you are gonna be kind of like a really focusing and thinking about the certain aspects of your past from a very, very, very long time ago. On one hand, you're gonna think like how things used to be simple, I used to be carefree and happy. I'm not saying that you're not happy here now, please don't get me wrong, but this vibration of a very light and very happy and very carefree energy, and this is needed for you to tap into this dimension. Very important indeed. Why? Because then and there you're gonna realize through your own past what exactly do you need to do when it comes to like really releasing yourself from being restricted for so long. When it comes to your past, and when it comes to that nostalgia, this is what I'm talking about. It's not only about the vibration, but it's also at the same time you will know like how to transform certain, how to transfer one particular goal in, how to kind of really how to make a particular goal, how to transform a particular goal into the actual reality. Something very, very particular, it's gonna come to you, and it's gonna come to you. You're gonna realize that through your past. I know this sounds crazy, but at the same time, you need to pay attention to this. This is very important. So at the end of the week, you're gonna be thinking about certain aspects of your life that you've been restricted for so long, but you're gonna realize also at the same time that it's all up to you. If you don't do this yourself, no one else is going to do it for you. And then suddenly you're going to start drifting towards a certain aspect of your past from a long time ago. You're going to be dealing with this nostalgia, this feeling, this vibration in the best possible way. And you're going to be reminded how simple things used to be in your life. And that in itself is going to make you aware of how to transform one particular goal into the actual reality. You're going to become extremely confident about that. Okay, courageous about that, okay, and optimistic about that. But then at the same time, this is the part of your destiny. This is so important for you to understand, because after this moment in time, your luck is going to change for the better. After this moment in time, one cycle is coming to an end, but another cycle is about to start up. This other cycle that it's about to start up is going to bring you directly to the destination in your life, that it's like the part of your dreams, how you want your life to be. Now the new portal is opening, and this is going to take you there, and it's actually going to happen much quicker, much sooner than you could have possibly imagined. So you just need to go with this absolutely mind-blowing flow, and you need to kind of stick to this. You need to stick to this plan. And also what I say to you at the beginning of this week, the massive burden, it's coming to an end. Huge burden, it's coming to an end. And this is why I'm saying to you that, your life has been like affected so much because you've fallen out with somebody in your life, and you just didn't get back to where you were before. And the time is precious in this life, in this world, It's not necessarily that we're going to agree with everyone on everything, but this is something that you were both so sensitive about that brought you to this stage in your life. Because I can tell you, my gorgeous Gemini, because you fell out with that particular person, it affected every single aspect of your life. And this is why I'm talking about this so much, and created this burden that slowed down every other aspect of your life, and it wouldn't start moving on until you deal with these issues. This shows your emotional maturity, but it also shows how much your spirit and how much your soul evolved, because you will know that you need to be tolerant sometimes about certain people that are maybe just getting on your nerves quite a lot. But then sometimes we just have to be tolerant, and we need to understand that we don't need to agree with every single aspect. But also on another hand, the subjects can be very, very sensitive, involving sensitive people in your life that can be also affected by this kind of negativity. So it does affect so many different aspects of your life. My gorgeous Gemini, the huge burden, as I said, it's coming to an end, and I'm so, so, so happy for you indeed. So now I'm just going to see what is actually going to be Oracle card of the week. What is going to be Oracle card of the week, my gorgeous Gemini? What is going to be Oracle card of the week? What is going to be Oracle card of the week is... Tan, tarararam, pam, pam. Wisdom. You see this, you see this, you see this. This is like, you're going to learn so much about yourself when it comes to this week, my gorgeous Gemini. This is what you need to understand. You're going to learn so much about yourself. You're going to learn so much about your life. And most importantly, you are going to need to be wise, because you are going to be tested a little bit throughout this week. And I know that certain people are going to press your buttons. Please do not allow them to steal your energy. Please do not allow these people who kind of press your buttons. Just understand that this is part of the progress, and you're almost being like a spiritually tested here. So it's all about the being tolerant, towards the certain people who on one hand don't make sense, but on another hand, when it comes to the certain aspects that you're never ever going to agree. So it's all about being tolerant towards the certain people, because I'm telling you that it's not only about this like people who you are emotionally connected with that you're going to be facing this challenge, but this is going to be sorted. But also at the same time, there are going to be some people people on the outside that are going to cross your path that are going to irritate you a little bit, and you just need to preserve your energy. You need to recenter yourself, and you need to ground yourself, and you need to be wise. Why? Because by the end of the week, if you don't blow up, like when you get like a kind of like agitated or irritated, you will see that by the end of the week something really amazing is going to happen. And by the end of the week, you see, you are really going to have a very, very interesting sign by the end of the week that your life is about to change. It's all about a peace and healing energy coming into your life. And this in itself is going to be as important for you to take, and necessary for you actually to go through this vibration, to actually take things on, to see things clearly, and to have a confidence with things that you should have confidence in life, and to avoid things that you should avoid. Sometimes it's not as easy as I say, because it depends what's going on in our life at the time, whether we are like kind of worrying about something. So it's all about making the most of like this energy and understanding and seeing things for what they are at the time when we should see them for what they are, not too early or not too late. Okay, my gorgeous Gemini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.